is happening, Magnus? Like, so I'm told that we are being told to avoid family members that voted for Trump if you voted for Harris. Are you ready? Need to check this out in full context and see it for myself. All right.
How do you interact with people who you know voted for this? Right? If you are an LGBTQ person and you know someone in your family voted essentially against your rights, or you're a woman, knowing that, this man was calling people the B word, JD Vance was literally calling Kamala Harris the trash and said, we're going to take out the trash. I know a lot of Black women were incredibly triggered by that. And if you then meet somebody and they voted for the people who called you trash, or if you're Puerto Rican, and someone voted that way, do you recommend, just from a psychological standpoint, being around them? We got the holidays coming up.
Let me tell you something. I have two friends that were in particular they were vocal online. Uh, one's a lesbian chick, and one is a straight Black woman. One's a lesbian white woman, and the lesbian white woman had posted something like, "I voted for love." And I was like, okay, next story. And one was just it was like a post that was spouting lies about Trump that's already been disproven. But that's what people do. So and I was just like, oh, just whatever. I don't have any time to argue with you. I'm not that close to them, but I like both of them. I think they're both in their hearts good people. Um, but I just moved on. Now I get it. It is a little bit different when you have family that maybe you live in the house with. That maybe these passionate subjects come up. You know, um, it might be best if you don't even talk about who you voted for. I know a lot of white people are like that. They won't talk about who they vote for. I met someone in LA, and you guys actually know who she is. But I'll keep it private. Me and her had a conversation, and she was telling me how her family is like deeply political, and they're all Republican and this and that. And I was like, oh, well, that was very interesting. So, politics was very important to them. I don't think you should avoid anyone or disown them over voting for Trump. Because think about it like this: we ain't been doing good with Harris and Biden in office. Correct? We ain't been doing great, right? And they're saying all this stuff, oh, he's Hitler and he's taking away women's, and he didn't take away none of your rights, which is a lie. So it's like, why don't y'all just let the man cook, as the young folks say? Let him cook. See what happens. Because beforehand, things didn't get worse. Things got better last time. So what are you, just believing a bunch of rhetoric and just letting yourself be brainwashed by the propaganda? I mean, what's going on here?
So I love that you asked this question because, there is
I'm sure you
it's a
do.
societal norm that if somebody is your family, they are entitled to your time. And I think the answer is absolutely not. So if you are going into a situation where you have family members, where you have close friends who have voted in ways that are against you, like what you said, against your livelihood, and it's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood and I'm not going to be around.
You have the very right to do that. To tell someone, hey, listen, until I cool down from this, or you could decide to have a heart to heart moment and discuss things rationally with each other and see how you actually feel. Let's take abortion for example. Say I was angry at Scarlo for voting for Harris. So say she voted for Harris and say I voted for Trump. And I'm angry because you voted for someone that's for taking the innocent lives of our unborn children. So we sit down, we have this discussion, and I find out that she like really truly believes that the fetus is an unfeeling clump of cells that truly isn't human yet, that can't feel nothing, no pain. It's, when you sit there and you listen to someone who actually believes that, you can see that their barometer as a human, okay, is gauging whether it's a human or not, okay, whether it's alive or not. So that cold, calculated act of taking the life of the child does not have the same gravity and weight to them as it does to you that knows it truly is alive. Those cells are alive, those cells are multiplying in the different stages. There are nerves, there's heartbeat, there's fingers, there's eyes, there's a tailbone, little stub there, there's fingers, there's toes, there's all of that that makes us humans. But once you can understand the reason why they're so cold about it, it helps to let that go. But if you can come to an understanding, maybe even better, maybe you can bring them to your side to understanding that, listen, you don't want to vote for this. You can actually pull out facts that show that this is a human, innocent life that deserves a chance and not to be snuffed out and taken away. That innocent life deserves to live just as much as you deserve to live. Right? Who knows? Maybe they'll bring you over there to their side and you'll just think it's a clump of cells and just F them kids, like some of them girls I've heard in these interviews. F them kids. That's some sick shit right there. Sick, dark stuff, ugly stuff. And it's never anyone that's I've seen as a beautiful woman. That you see, just never the beautiful ones, the gorgeous ones, the sexy ones, the cute ones saying F those kids. It's always some monstrosity of a human being that's acting like that. But you have that right. If you want to avoid them, that's fine. But uh, it just this election is strange. There is so much passion and division in this. It's wild. I think if everyone learned to think more rationally, they wouldn't be acting like this. And that's on both sides.
Around you this holiday, I need to take some space
So,
for me. And I actually talked to,
but mainly on the left, because on the left, I just keep seeing the most vitriol. Wishing for Trump to die, hoping somebody gets him, and all this other stuff, and disowning family members, and just the insanity behind it is wild.
adults as well as advising parents for children. I mean, I think, I don't think that you should force children. I don't think you should force adults to be around people just because they're your family. I think there's a level of need to establish boundaries, and if you feel like you need to establish boundaries with people, whether they're your family or not, I think you should very much be entitled to do so, and I think it may be essential for your mental health.
Whatever. Do what you got to do. You got to do what's best for you. So if you feel that passionately about it, oh, okie dokie. Whatever keeps the peace. Post the comments down below. Let me know what you think, though. If you enjoyed my reaction and my commentary, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, because we are on the road to 10 million subscribers. Woo!